Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far. I wanted to start this video with a bit of a sit down, serious chat with you. And it's about something that is not talked about enough in the fitness industry, and it is losing your period in a dieting phase. To be completely transparent, in the past, I have ended up losing my period. But now in this deficit that I'm currently in, I'm the leanest I've ever been and I still have a healthy menstrual cycle. And when I lost my period previously, I was at a much higher body fat. And it's not just shits and giggles, I don't have my period, not something I have to worry about. There are a lot of negative health side effects that actually come alongside with losing your period. So I want to talk about the symptoms that I experienced, what I was doing wrong in a previous deficit, and what I'm doing right in this one to ensure that I am healthy. And before we go any further into this video, I am not a doctor. I just want to share my experience and also what I know as a personal trainer as well. Just little disclaimer, and I would maybe not watch this part of the video as well if you do struggle with disordered eating. I don't personally struggle with that, but I can see how some of the things that I'm going to talk about may be potentially triggering. Okay, so warnings over, let's get into it. So let's talk about some of the symptoms I experienced, because like I said, it's not just shits and giggles, I don't have my period. There were a lot of things that I was experiencing which were honestly kind of scary. And this isn't me trying to deter you from dieting. Like obviously, you know me, I like to diet, get lean, but you do have to do it in a way that actually supports your health and do it in a correct way so you don't feel like this, because I would not wish that on my worst enemy, trust me, although maybe I would. I got abs. No, I literally don't. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so the symptoms that I experienced. Number one was my energy was so fucking low. And I'm not talking like, oh, I just feel a little bit tired, a little bit can't be bothered. My energy was so low that I would be on walks feeling like if someone was to push me, I would literally straight up fall over. Doing basic tasks around the house, like cleaning the bathroom, cleaning my room. Not that I'm the best at that at the best of times, but I didn't have the energy to do those things, as opposed to I just don't want to do them. I even remember being out on a walk with my boyfriend and I physically could not walk any further. I said to him, like, you're gonna have to order us an Uber because I literally cannot walk a single step. And on another walk, I suddenly got very cold, very clammy, my vision went blurry, and I felt like I was gonna pass out, which was very, very, very scary. And after I would go on a walk, I would have to sit down for a very, very long time because I was just so exhausted. My whole body felt heavy. I was a sack of potatoes that I had to try and like drag around, but I was the sack of potatoes as opposed to carrying a sack of potatoes. I felt very apathetic as well, which if you know me, or I don't know, maybe it comes across on my content or not, I don't know, but I am someone that cares very, very deeply. And especially having OCD, I worry about a lot of things that the average person does not. Like I care very, very deeply, but I felt so apathetic. Anything bad in my life would happen and I would not care at all, which was a very strange experience for me and not something that I wanted, because I like caring, I like being a caring person. I literally didn't care about anything. My digestive system was also fucked. Now, if you don't like chat about poo, probably don't listen to this bit either, but I was doing the most horrific farts you've ever smelled in your life. I'm not talking about a, little fart where, oh, stinky fart. Like, they were room clearing farts. I was at my boyfriend's house. One of these farts came out and they were not farts that I could control. You know, when usually you do a fart, you can just kind of squeeze it out. They were just completely uncontrollable farts. And he said to me, like, Katie, if you're going to keep doing this, like, I literally cannot be in this room with you. And trust me, like, he is the type of person that usually does not care about this kind of stuff. Like, usually he's doing the really bad farts. So he's very understanding about that sort of thing, but even he was like, I literally cannot be in this room with you because it's just like a dense cloud of the most horrific farts. And even when I would be out on walks, I would get this sensation that I was about to shit myself, which was not very fun because I would have to try and get home as quick as possible, but obviously with very, very low energy, feeling exhausted all the time, like I couldn't walk fast enough. Luckily, no accidents were had, and it was really difficult as well because when I would go to the toilet after these walks, nothing would come out. It was just pure air. So I didn't really have any relief from feeling this digestive discomfort. All of these symptoms got so bad to the point where I actually had to go to the doctors because I was not feeling good and it was going on for months and months. So let's talk about what I was doing wrong so you don't have to feel this way, because it is not nice. It really is not. And yeah, it was very, very scary. I was not having a good time. So number one was my dietary fats. I had dieted on low fats before in a previous deficit and I was absolutely fine. But at that time I was taking hormonal birth control, which sort of supported me me in terms of production of hormones. Obviously, when you're on hormonal birth control, you're not having an actual proper period, so it just kind of masks that. Yeah, I think in this particular deficit, I was getting in like 35 grams of fats a day, which is just not enough. And I will leave a recommendation of how many fats you should be eating in a deficit, because it does depend on your body weight. But now I treat my fats like they are non-negotiable. I've always been the type of person that has never really loved eating fats. I love carbs. If I could eat carbs all the time and achieve my fitness goals and be healthy, I absolutely would. I would just eat pure carbs and nothing else. And naturally in a deficit, that made me want to prioritize the carbs over the fat. But now I really treat them like they are non-negotiable. And I have just tried to find the fat sources that I enjoy. So things like peanut butter, dark chocolate, they are 10 out of 10, because you will not catch me eating avocado. That shit is so nasty. I'm sorry, I don't like it. It's disgusting. And the other thing that I was doing wrong is that I started not listening to my body. I watch a lot of bodybuilders, and I really wanted to prove to myself in a deficit phase that I could 100% stick to a plan. 100% adherence, no slip ups, nothing. Stick to the calories every single day. Stick to the steps every single day. Do the workouts on the days that I was supposed to do them. So that meant that when I had a day where my energy was low, hunger was really high, I wouldn't listen to that feedback from my body, and I would just do the things anyway. And I want to make it very clear, there is a huge difference between, oh, I can't really be bothered to do my steps, or I feel a little bit tired because I didn't get the best sleep, versus fatigue, where your whole body feels heavy, you feel very low in energy. The tired, can't be bothered, that's the thing that you push through. You show to yourself that you can do hard things, whereas when your body is giving you signs of fatigue, that is when you need to listen and you need to slow the fuck down. So now if I get an inkling, even like a little bit of a sign that my body is feeling a little bit under stress, like it needs some rest, I will listen to it. I will eat more calories, I will do less steps, and I will actually listen to my body. So let's talk about why this happens. There's something called energy availability. There's only so much energy that we have, and when we are pushing ourselves past that point that our body can actually handle, it is going to prioritize the essential things. So that's going to be keeping your heart moving, doing all of the essential bodily functions that are necessary for survival, and reproduction is not one of those. So if it's not getting in enough energy, what's it going to do? It's going to prioritize the things that it really needs to keep you alive over the things that it doesn't, like reproduction. And obviously, if your energy availability is very low, that's going to affect your digestive system. It's not just about it affecting your period. Like I mentioned, the digestive issues that I had, obviously my overall energy, and feeling apathetic, like my brain wasn't getting in enough energy. So like I said, it's not just shits and giggles, I don't have my period. Your body is not in a safe enough place that it feels like it can reproduce. And low fat intake can play such a huge role. It is so important for hormonal regulation, and if you're not getting in enough dietary fats, it's not going to be producing the hormones that we need. And from a digestion standpoint, it's because my body wasn't getting in enough energy to actually support my digestive system properly. And low fats can also contribute to this, especially when it comes to your production of bile. And I want to say, these things do not just magically go away after a day or two of eating more calories. It took me 3 months to get my menstrual cycle back, and I do know that for some people it can take even longer than that, so I do consider myself lucky that it only took 3 months to get it back. But in terms of my digestion, the fatigue that I was feeling, that again was not an overnight thing. It took me a good 3 months to feel like I was back to normal again. I want to make it clear as well that this isn't down to just one day of not getting in enough fats or one day of pushing my body past what it's capable of. It was consistently doing those things for a period of weeks and months that led to me having these symptoms that then lasted such a long time. So don't think that if one day you're under on your fats that you're suddenly going to develop all of this going on. All right, I don't want to scare you, but if you're doing those things consistently for a long enough time, that is what has caused me to experience those things. Yeah, like I said, there is a huge difference between being a little bit tired versus feeling fatigue. And you will know in your heart of hearts which one it is. So I always ask myself now, do I feel a little bit can't be bothered, a little bit tired, versus is my body really in need of a break right now? So it's really important that you do your calorie deficit correctly. Now that means not being in too large of a deficit, whether that's with the calories or with the steps, making sure that you're not losing weight too quickly to the point where your body is like freaking out. And if you do get any signs that your body is not doing too well on the calories that you're on, making sure that you listen to it, you do less steps, eat more food, and making sure that you are eating enough fats to actually support yourself hormonally. It is really important that you do it correctly because you don't want to end up in a worse position afterwards. So with the way that I was feeling, it was really hard. As someone who is very good at sticking to a plan, is quite a disciplined person when it comes to dieting, gym, steps, etc. It was really hard to do any of those things when I was feeling that rough. So what happened is that I would rebound after that dieting phase because I was just trying so hard to get rid of all of these negative symptoms. Just don't want you to make the same mistake as I did, because it was not fun. It was very, very scary and I felt horrific. Not super hardcore, because you're getting in your steps when you feel so physically exhausted. Do always listen to your body. Something that I did want to mention as well, getting too lean can cause you to lose your period. Obviously, in my case, that was never the issue. And in this dieting phase, I will not push myself to a level of leanness where I end up losing my period, okay? So yes, these could be the reasons why you could lose your period, but do also make sure that you don't get yourself down to a body fat percentage where it is not healthy, where you don't have a cycle. And you know, a lot of us do get into fitness because we want to look a certain way. We want to feel really good about ourselves and good about how we look, but health really is the most important thing. And when you are experiencing those negative health side effects, you do not care about how you look. You will feel so bad that goes right out the window, and then the most important thing is being healthy. Because as they say, you can have a laundry list of problems until you have a health problem, and then you only have one problem. Anyway, that's enough serious chat for today. Hopefully the rest of this vlog will be a little bit more fun, lighthearted, so enjoy the rest of it. I actually had the best interaction in the gym the other day. I don't know if you've seen on my stories, but for a while I was really struggling to make friends in this gym that I go to. I'd been going for over a year and I was yet to still speak to a single person. Probably because I literally have the worst resting bitch face you have ever seen. Like, I just always look so grumpy, and people always tell me that I look like I'm thinking like I'm gonna kill someone, or I'll insert pictures. But I have actually made some gym friends, and I was talking to one of them when I was on the treadmill. We always have a little catch up on the treadmill, and we were talking about peanut butter because we both just love the stuff. Like, I have so much peanut butter. I say so much, I have it in 2 meals a day because I love it so much. And then what she did was, I'm gonna show you. So she actually brought me in a whole tub of peanut butter to try, which is her favorite peanut butter. And I can confirm it is 10 out of 10. She said she got it from Aldi and it's really crunchy. You know, some crunchy peanut butters, they're not actually that crunchy. This one, I'll show you. Like, look at the crunch. Look at how many crunchy pieces there are. I know it's really hard to make friends in the gym, but if you just smile at people and try your hardest not to have the worst resting bitch face in the world, you might actually find yourself some gym friends. It's just nice to have a little chat with people in the gym. I love the gym community. How nice is that? Today, oh fucking hell, I've just turned on the hob. Today, it has been chicken prepping day. So you know what that means. Now we have a little look and see how well I've cooked my chicken. I know the suspense is probably killing you right now. What's your bets? Is it gonna be perfectly cooked, undercooked, or is it going to be overcooked? I wonder which. Oh, Jesus, that's fucking hot. And we have overcooked. One thing about me, I'm consistent and consistently bad at cooking my chicken. But for real, I do get asked if I actually cook my chicken like this and why I cook my chicken like this. Number one, I'm terrified of getting food poisoning, like actually terrified. So I would prefer to overcook it than not eat it and end up throwing it in the bin because I'm convinced that it's not cooked. And two, I don't season it because one, I can't really be bothered. Like, in the grand scheme of things, adding a bit of salt and pepper to it isn't really going to change the taste. And I do always cover it in gravy, and I feel like that just masks any taste. But yeah, crispy chicken with Katie. Gonna be holding your breath if you want recipe videos from me, because I mean, unless you want to eat that, I don't mind it personally though. Although I'm not going to be much help with cooking recipes, I can help you with is how to actually make sure you're weighing your chicken correctly. So I'm going to teach you. First of all, if your chicken is as dry as mine, should we have a little close up? If it's as dry as mine, you're going to need a sharp knife to cut through that. You need a lot of elbow grease to get through this. I actually explained this terribly, so I'm gonna do a voiceover. You want to track everything in MyFitnessPal as the raw weight and not the cooked weight. This is because the raw weight is always gonna be what's on the packet and therefore the most accurate. However, when the chicken's cooked, it's going to weigh something different. So I make sure to weigh everything out cooked as well. The raw weight was 950 grams for 7 portions of chicken at 135 grams per portion. So that's what I track in MyFitnessPal. But when it comes to actually eating the chicken, it comes to a total of 556 grams, which is 79 grams of chicken per portion. So the 79 grams is what I take out each time when I want to eat my chicken. Good morning. We have an exciting day today. I'm seeing my friends, which will be nice. We're meeting up for drinks. I know I said I was going to do dry January, but it's going to be like a moist January, all right? I think that this is probably going to be the only time I'm going to drink. I've already tracked all of the drinks that I'm going to have in my fitness pal. So in the past, in cuts, I just wouldn't go to these types of things, and that's fine. Like, you can choose whatever you want to do in terms of if you're going to be drinking or not. But this time around, I just want to have a little bit more balance in my cuts. So I'm just going to bring my calories up to maintenance for this day. My rate of loss is like pretty good at the moment, so it's not like fat loss is really slow, and if I did this, then I probably wouldn't see any fat loss across the week. I'm in a good spot, so I can definitely get away with doing it. But yeah, I've tracked my drinks. I am gonna just be eating my same meals and just being sensible. I always opt for like the lower calorie drinks, so I'll go for a vodka lime soda as opposed to getting the wine or the cider. Like, if I had it my own way, I would just drink cider every time I drank, but unfortunately it is rather high in calories. Just about to make my brekkie, gonna weigh everything out, and of course whack it in the fucking microwave. Breakfast is always and has always been my highest calorie meal of the day, because I do most of my activity earlier on in the day. That's when I want to make sure that I'm really fueling for the activity. I don't know about you, but if I do not eat first thing in the morning, I feel actually sick and unwell. And there she is, so beautiful, literally my favorite meal of the day. Cardio has been ticked off, and I went to the supermarket afterwards to get some preparations for drinking. I've grabbed myself a little Itsu pot noodle. This is because you have to work with yourself and not against yourself. You know, for me, when I've had a couple drinks, I'm gonna want to order pizza or a wrap, something when I'm out. But if I buy myself something that I don't usually have to eat afterwards, then I'm way more likely to not go massively over the calories because I have this. But I've done this before and it worked really well. Sorry, my hair is so greasy. I need to go shower in a second. They're really nice. It was so funny though. Last time I had this, I was a little bit drunk and put my water in. I tasted it and I was like, what the fuck, this actually tastes of nothing. Like, why doesn't it taste of anything? And then my friend tried it and she was like, Katie, you've not actually put the seasoning in. Like, the seasoning was just in a bag in there and I had just not put it in. So yeah, that was fucking embarrassing for me. Everyone was in fits of laughter about that. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna have. Yes, obviously it's gonna be more calories overall in the day, but it's gonna mean it's less calories than me ordering a pizza or ordering a wrap, a kebab, whatever it is. You've always got to work with yourself, not against yourself. Because as much as people can say like, oh, have a high protein meal, have some yogurt, I know drunk me is not gonna want that. I want the fucking carbs. You have to know what you are genuinely going to stick to and make choices that make it easier for your future self to actually be on track. I'm gonna go shower now and start getting ready. It's time to get ready to go out. Honestly, like, I actually think that I like the getting ready part before going out more than even going out itself. It's just so fun doing makeup. I love doing a full coverage. I was gonna say full glam. I cannot do eyeshadow to save my life, so I just do like a heavy beat and I put some fake eyelashes on because I feel like that just makes me feel like I'm looking a bit different than usual. But yeah, unfortunately, no eyeshadow tutorials. I'll just do the base and I will show you what I do. I feel like if you're a very similar shade to me, which is deathly pale, it's very, very hard if you've stopped fake tanning to actually do makeup that doesn't look like you are just a literal ghost. Now I'm gonna go downstairs and actually wet my beauty blender. My beauty blender. Unlike in the weekdays where I can't be bothered and I just use my setting spray. So we're actually gonna clean this thing, okay? Because night out makeup, you've got to put more effort in. After primer, I start with eyebrows. I use the NYX eyebrow pencil in Auburn. This isn't actually my favorite eyebrow pencil. Oh my fucking god, I can't speak. This isn't my favorite eyebrow. I can't fucking say anything. This isn't my favorite eyebrow pencil. There we go. I much prefer the L'Oreal one. I think it's also in the shade Auburn, but it was out of stock, so I've got this one. I just find that this is a bit too orangey for my eyebrows. Next up, like in my everyday, I go in with this, which again is way too fucking dark, but I'll be putting foundation on top of it, so that kind of evens it out. I'm just gonna paint this all over my face and I'm gonna be looking like Donald Trump in a second. I did do that with a brush, but I'm just gonna stamp that in with the beauty blender. Foundation, I go in with the Cash Aura Skin in Serene. Lightest colour, obviously, because I'm pale as fuck. But I really like this one because I've always used the Estee Lauder foundation. Just found that the palest shade didn't look quite right on me. I can't really explain why it didn't. Whereas this one I feel like is the best colour match I've ever found for my neck. The only thing, the only thing that I don't love about this compared to the Estee Lauder is that the performance on this just isn't as good. Like, I'm a greasy gal. I really am. I've tried foundations and they usually just slip off my face within a few hours, which is obviously not the look that I'm going for. This one, it doesn't slip off my face, but it doesn't have the same performance that I find the Estee Lauder does. I'm just gonna paint the fuck out of my face with this. Oh, I just love foundation. It's just such a pretty foundation. Now that's all blended in, and we're gonna bronze it up a little bit. Bronzer can feel very, very scary if you are pale. You don't want to be looking orange. So I go in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. If you see, like, this is a very cool tone. It's not orange at all, and that's what you want to go for. Into this, and we're gonna carve out these cheeks. Put some on the forehead and a little bit on the nose, but I do that with a different brush because this is too thick to do that with. I don't know why I still have this. I literally bought this in like 2016. Whatever the opposite of clean girl aesthetic is, I feel like that is what I am. And then we're bringing her back. It's the Dirty Made by Mitchell case in the lightest shade. Gonna go for this pink one there. Don't use these bronzer colors because they just come out a bit green. I think the e.l.f. one is way better. I just like to put the blush on like the high points of my cheek. Put a little bit across the nose, not much. Now, I feel like concealer is my my favorite step. I don't know, it just, everything ties together when you've got concealer. This is the Collection Ultra Cover. Color is 2C Porcelain Cool. The collection ones, just been using them ever since I would watch Zoella growing up. Oh my god, I've just changed mirrors and I've realized that it's not looking as blended as I thought it was. Uh-oh, that'll serve me for using a dusty ass mirror. Just got the worst text that my friends are actually thinking of doing it earlier and I'm still not fucking ready. So yeah, we're gonna have to speed run this. Is there anything worse? We're planning on meeting at 4. It is 2:30 and they're saying that people are getting there at 3. What am I doing now? What am I doing? Powder. There we go. Right, powder. I use this Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. This one I've literally had for years as well at this point. It is on its last leg, to be fair. But I feel like powders just seem to last forever. And then I'll get one of these little, again, it's so dirty. Oh, what am I like? I'm gonna pat that into everywhere that I've put concealer on. I do kind of leave it there. I don't bake. I would say I semi-bake. This does help things last a little bit longer, so I don't douse myself in powder because I don't know, I'm getting to that age. I say getting to that age, I'm literally 27, but I don't have the under eyes that I once had when I was like 18. So I can't get away with putting on as much powder as I used to because otherwise I just have the worst creasing under my eyes. I say I semi-bake, I've literally just patted all of this in. Next thing is just topping up on the blush with some powdered blush. I know I said that this is literally 10 years old, but I might still use it, okay? I might still use it. Look, not moldy, seems fine. And then it's going to be dousing of setting spray to just make sure I'm not too powdery. I don't really have any method to this makeup. This is just how I do it. You can tell I'm not professional. And then we'll just let that dry. While that is just drying, we can go in with some lips. I have the NYX Duck Plump. This is a little bit of a plumping thing. I don't really think the plumping things actually plump your lip, apart from just make them burn. I use this not for the plumping effect, but for the colour. One of the hardest things about being pale has been finding lipsticks that don't make my teeth look like I've been chain smoking for like 20 years. This is a really nice cool tone lip colour. Yeah, I do just kind of put that all over my lips, to be honest with you. Then I go in with the Revlon Beam in Laid Back Lilac. I don't really put much of this on, it's just to blend the lip liner together. And then, yeah, it doesn't fucking stop there. We have Doll Beauty lipstick in, I can't fucking read that. FOMO. Bet you're getting FOMO because you're not coming with me. That was actually terrible. No, I'm gonna bring you along. You can meet my friends and see what we get up to. I just find that this tones it down a little bit so it's not as purpley looking. And then it just makes it into this like nice nude colour. It's my pale lip combo. My teeth still do look a little bit yellow, but trust me, it's not as bad as the lipsticks that I previously used. Which is a real shame because I love those shades of lipstick, but unfortunately it's not doing any wonders for my teeth. Maybe I need to get some teeth whitening or something. Oh, honestly, this is me. This is who I am. I feel like when you start doing those things, it becomes like an addiction and you just want more and more and more. Whereas if I just never do that sort of thing, then I just kind of have to live with myself as I am. That's my thoughts on it. While we're still waiting for everything to kind of marinate a little bit, we'll go in with eyelashes. My eyelash colour is broken. Still works though. I only broke it very recently, and you know when an eyelash colour is good, like I've tried other eyelash colours and they're just not as good as this one. I have no idea where it's from. It's my mascara. Is the Maybelline High Sky. So I'm just popping on the eyelash glue and then we'll put these bad boys on because I just feel like it elevates the makeup if you cannot do eyeshadow. One done and the next one to go, and then we'll curl these together so it's blended. And maybe put a little bit of highlighter on. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think I will, just like a tiny little bit. Again, it's an ancient relic. At this is tired and dusty. Even the thing on the back has rubbed off, so I have no idea, but it is from NARS and it is very light. I think we're pretty much done with makeup. Now I can take my hair out. We're gonna straighten that. I'm not gonna show you that because I am running quite behind on time. Oops, I will be there. I'll be there when I'm there. But makeup done. And I have to tell you what perfume I'm going to be wearing out. I love perfumes. I love scents. I love how they can make you feel a certain way. I'm going for Hibiscus Mahajad, which is such a strong perfume. This is so bad. Like, you cannot spray too much of this. I oversprayed because I kind of got a bit nose blind to it. I got on the bus, I sat down on the bus, and this family came on and the kid was like, oh, it smells in here. I knew there was like, I couldn't smell anything, so I am assuming it was my perfume. But this is like musky, strong. It's very hard to describe, but yeah, if you're ever in store, smell it. I love it. Last you all night. Thought I'd do a little voiceover about what we did. Went to my friend's house and we just waited for everyone to get there, and we were watching this lava lamp for ages because it just wasn't lava lamping. We got an Uber into town, so this is us in the Uber. Started off at the Mall in Clifton, which was proper fancy, like proper fancy. And these are my friends. Say hey. Then we had some drinks at the Brunel. We went to the Barrel House. We all felt so old because everyone was like students. My friends all got pizza. I had some hula hoops. Got a pizza or not?
No, I don't.
We're being very
Healthy
good.
queens. I didn't
Health
order a
queens.
pizza today.
Yeah, no pizza for us.
What would Katie do? No pizza.
I did have a packet of hula hoops.
Yeah, and I did have a baby bell in my bag and I ate that.
I am quite jealous right now.
Yeah, fucking ravenous, by the way.
We stayed there for a bit, but like the vibes weren't very us. And then my friends got into a little, I don't know what they were doing outside, to be honest. And then we walked off to the next place. And they had Connect 4 there, so we played Connect 4. Back home, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a tiny bit drunk, just a little bit tipsy. Very happy with the way I approached that. I stuck to the amount of drinks I said I was gonna stick to. I mean, I did have a bag of hula hoop, beef hula hoops, because they are top tier. Everyone else got pizzas, and I stuck with something that I knew that I could still control the calories of in terms of my expenditure, because we were obviously walking around different pubs, etc. I've stuck at maintenance for today, so plan has been executed very, very well. I have made peace with the fact that I'm never going to be the perfect fitness person. I love going out with my friends. I love having a few drinks, and I do believe that you can achieve your fitness goals while still doing these things. It is just about how you approach them. I made smart choices with my drinks and making smart decisions after. So not going for a pizza, not going for a kebab afterwards, just getting my itsu. And yeah, obviously it's not something I do all of the time, but I don't want to deprive myself of these things because like I have done that before and that worked fine. I saw great results. At the same time, I don't want to miss out on these things. It is really about how much you do it. Like for me, this will probably happen every month or 2 months. Like I don't do it that often, so it's not going to make a huge dent in my progress. However, if I was doing it every single weekend, that's when the problems start to arise. Would I see more progress if I never did these things? Absolutely. I would build more muscle, lose more fat, but still have to enjoy my life. It's just about making those small little sacrifices, like not eating the pizza, not taking it too far with the drinks, and I still had a really great time. Now I'm about to tuck into my little pot noodle, which I'm very excited for, so we're gonna cook that up now. And we're tucking into the itsu, which I have remembered to actually put the seasoning in. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this and then head off to bed and take all of this makeup off, which I feel like, do you know what, has held up relatively well. I'm up, I'm dressed, and I'm actually feeling really fresh. That rhymed. And I actually weighed in at the lowest I have during this cut, which was unexpected, but I'm here for it. Obviously, a lot of that is going to be down to dehydration from the alcohol. Was actually expecting it to spike because I had more sodium yesterday than I did usually. So I had the hula hoops, I had the itsu pot noodle, and those things do have like a little bit of sodium in them. So I am expecting that once I'm hydrated, I'm back to normal food. Tomorrow my weight is going to go up. But yeah, that was a nice unexpected thing to see this morning. It's all about how you approach the day after drinking. If you've taken it too far, you're going to want to order a fat off Domino's, eat the whole thing, not move in the day. And then come Monday, you feel super sluggish, you feel horrific, you end up not making it to the gym, and then things just spiral out of control from there. So it is about, when you have these things, knowing you just need to get back to normal routine ASAP. And that's the way that you'll continue to see progress. So yeah, I think we're going to end it here for the vlog. I've just got to do a few household things today. So I've got to clean the bathroom, and then I'm going to go out and do my steps after that. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you in next week's video.